pretty convincing in the end, and you seem to really put the foot down in the first half and almost end the game pretty quickly from there. How do you sort of assess it?
Yeah, we went in the game knowing that you've got to play the minutes against them because that's something we want to do consistently. You've heard me say that before, but they've been fighting hard for 4 quarters, so we knew they wouldn't go away. And funnily enough, in our VFL, we're 5 goals up and they beat us. So that's the pattern of behaviour. We knew it was coming, but I thought the third quarter was pivotal. We started well, and then I thought the second quarter was really good as well, but the third quarter was pivotal because I knew they'd come in some capacity, but it was a bit of an arm wrestle we got through and maybe potentially open the game up from there.
And just the performance of Mason Cox, you really needed a ruckman to stand up today, and it's probably one of the best games he's ever played.
Yeah, well, I did say that it was one of the best games. He goes, I don't know about that. He keeps reminding the prelim final in 2018. But I thought the same. I thought he had a great aerial presence. We've lost key personnel around that, and someone had to step up, and he's only played 2 games in 8 weeks or so, whatever it is. It was a great performance.
What does it mean for what you do ruck-wise going forward? You get Darcy Cameron potentially available next week, maybe Nathan Kruger. Mason Cox played the most on ground he's played in a long time, 71%. What does it mean going forward ruck-wise? Yeah,
well, through adversity we found options. Billy Frampton's been enormous for us, and he's going to miss 2 or 3 weeks, but then the next guy's just stepping up, and Darcy will be available next week, and we'll just have to weigh what that looks like. It's pleasing. Ash Johnson sort of had moments in the ruck today, and against Brisbane really stood out in the aerial contest. He's found another level. So again, through circumstance, other guys have been given opportunities, and it has given us flexibility potentially.
And also, going back a bit further, pre-Grundy leagues, I guess maybe one of the areas that people saw was maybe the ruck department. Now, as you say, you've got these options now. Does that make it even more pleasing? It's sort of almost by surprise you've got these guys.
Yeah, well, look, there's commentary around rucks, around the influence in the game and things, but they're important to us because it allows us, checkers to stay forward, or Ash, and all these moving parts we've had to do. It's great to have Mason today, and whoever it looks like Billy in the last couple of weeks. I think it's an important part of our game. Our clearance game has been exceptional, and Hayden Skipworth and Scott Selwood have done a fantastic job this year getting that part of our game going. With the ruckman in today, it actually took us to another level.
Craig, what about Geordie's performance, particularly in the first half?
Yeah, I loved Geordie's game. I said to him after the game, I thought it was exceptional decision making, and just he's not the cream on the cake, but he can take us to another level when he's at his best, and we saw major parts of that today.
Craig, just back on to Mason again. We obviously talk about his performance. What about the intangibles, the energy, the swagger that he brings? What does that bring to the team, do you think?
Yeah, look, he's at his best when he's bringing that, and when the chance from the crowd at USA, that's he's at the top of his game. Look, just having an aerial presence, we're pretty short. You look at Checkers, he's only 193, and at times we're playing Will Hoskinelli as the second key. So have someone that can have an aerial presence, it's an important part of the game, because as finals comes, if you're lucky enough to make it that far, everything's a bit more of a contest. So you're going to have to go down the line more, and again, for Mason to mark the ball as well as Ash was, it's important to us.
And he's come from a fair way back when you started. Like, he was having to wait a long time for a contract right before you arrived at the club. He seems to play his research.
Seems such a long time ago, doesn't it? I thought he had an awesome pre-season. So back to Mason, I thought he had an awesome pre-season. I hadn't seen him train and have aerial presence like that in the pre-season, and it's unfortunate he got injured because I think what we're seeing now is a reflection of his pre-season.
And he's also, kicking a goal from 50 metres, you don't see it too often from Mason, so he seems to be really physical.
I think he was a bit surprised himself. I don't think he was expecting that.
What about the pre-game? You had Julie McCreary speak to the boys. Can you give us a bit of insight in the room? What did she say, and what was it like?
Well, I didn't say much at all. She was fantastic. I think we'll release that at some stage. It was fantastic. She's got good character, and we like to keep our meetings match day light, particularly the first bit of it. Find some sense of humour amongst them. Not that funny, but I try to. And then we get serious. And so part of that start of every meeting has a sense of humour trying to be attached to it. But Julie was exceptional today. So I think we'll release it this week, and you'll be able to see how good she was.
Did Jack Danvin mean it? Did Jack Danvin mean his goal? What's he saying? Is he saying it was intentional?
I'm not sure. I haven't asked him, but it's important for our game that we want to be a territory team, and however we can take it. It's probably a good example. It's starting to get a bit wet, so that's a good finish.
Bobby Hill pretty keen to have an impact today.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with Bobby. I want to be a coach that backs people in. and believe in people sometimes more than they believe in themselves. And last week we subbed him out, and I wanted him to. I went to him straight after the game, mate. You're playing next week. Yeah, you're playing against your old team. We'll back you in. Train well, and he trained really well on Friday. And if you're not getting nourishment out here at the MCG, you got to get it at training, whether it's in the gym or on the track, and feel good about yourself and give yourself belief. To then come out with less hope and more, here I come, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to perform. And he did that, and then he gets rewarded. And again, I want to be a coach that backs these players in.
You mentioned the clearances earlier, but also you doubled them for tackles.
Yeah.
The pressure was pretty good across the board, wasn't it? Was that a pleasing aspect as well?
Yeah, it was. It was an important part of the game. They wanted to handball through us. And I mentioned after the game, some of our chase stand tackles, Braden Maynard, Bobby Hill, Taylor Adams, there's so many of them this week. Jamie Elliott on the boundary line. That feature of the game probably hasn't been as present, but our pressure's been good. But that was a real feature today.
I think Johnson, as a big man, was equal high with 6 tackles.
Yeah, no, I love that from Ash. And I actually said that when he came off at one stage. Everyone's applauding you for your marking, but they don't realise how good a tackler you are.
Just on the back of the past fortnight, Ben Keys, Brian Clark, were you surprised the Giants gave Nick the freedom they did today?
I'm not sure. I have to reflect on that in terms of watching the game back. He's a hard player to stop. I've said this before. He had 40 odd touches today again, and we want to give the ball to him. So try to stop someone we want to give the ball to. Makes it difficult for the opposition. He's an incredible talent, and I don't know if you watch the passage of play when he gets the ball to half back. He's part of the exit, and then we link up all the way down, and he ends up getting the ball to have a shot on goal. He unfortunately misses it, but you watch his running capacity, and then that's why he's so hard to tag.
A long way to go, Craig, obviously. What does it mean to be sitting on top of the ladder again?
Well, look, it's affirmation, but really, it's not the ladder we measure ourselves on. And we have another measurement for that. So we'll get back to work. There's still a long way to go. We've got a big game next week against an arch rival. So we'll live in the moment for now.
How big is that one, the Carlton game? Looks like a big highlight for us next week.
Well, I'm sure it'll be built up pretty well, but we'll live in the moment and we have plenty of time to plan for that game.
Just on Darcy Moore, I mean, during the week there was some doubt around his availability today. Was he close to missing it all?
On Wednesday, or it might have been when I spoke to you guys, that he was still on the edge because he had to improve to see, I don't lie, I tell you the truth, don't I? I said he was touch and go, and I'll continue to communicate that stuff. But he was on edge, but we're confident it was a surface thing, wasn't an internal thing. So, and he had all function, so that gave us confidence. But he's got sticky fingers, hasn't he? He's incredible right now. His marking capacity.
Any injury concerns? Ash looked like he held off.
No, we've got no concerns at the moment. Thanks, guys.